All right, let's talk about leadership. There's really three groups of leaders, as you can see pictured at the lower part of your screen. There are minimal leaders, there are average leaders, and there are excel leaders. So minimal leaders, usually they have a whatever attitude, right? Whatever. I don't really care about this. I don't want to be here. I'd rather be doing something else. Usually very negative, always point out what's wrong with a situation, and give minimal effort, barely do enough to get by. You know, these are the kind of teams that people like this on a team drag the team down, make fun of other people, and they may have a good reason why they have a bad attitude. Maybe they had a hard home life. Maybe they don't feel listened to. Maybe they don't feel included. Or maybe they're scared, or they don't feel like they know enough to do a great job. You know, a lot of times when we don't act our best, it's because there's something going on behind it. I don't think anybody wakes up in the morning wanting to be minimal, but we get bogged down with the things that we've had happen in our life that have been damaging. But it is our responsibility to overcome those things and to adjust those things and reframe them, so that we can be happy and we can be effective and we can contribute. So that's a minimal leader, and so then let's move on to average. There's nothing wrong with average. We need people to be average. We need people to follow leaders and follow directions and do the hard work that a lot of jobs require. Not everybody can be, you know, the person in charge, but everybody can have an important role in an organization. And so average leaders usually they'll do whatever they're asked. They can follow directions, they'll work hard, they'll come on time, they'll participate, they'll do whatever you want them to do. You know, maybe the thing they're lacking, maybe the difference between average and excel is maybe just a little creativity, vision, you know, maybe some skills and tools, leadership skills and tools like charisma, the ability to speak, the ability to convince others or motivate others. And those things, those skills can be developed over time. You know, in most organizations, the CEO or the boss at one time was a worker in that company, or even in the military. Often the greatest leaders, generals, were great soldiers. They started at the bottom and went through basic, just like all the brand new recruits. And so there's a lot of power in average, and you know, it shouldn't be looked at maybe as negatively as society does sometimes. And then we have excel leaders. Excel leaders, they do whatever it takes. They're willing to come early and stay late. They're willing to try harder and go to sleep earlier at night so they're rested the next day. Or they might iron their clothes. On Sunday night, they have all of their 5 outfits picked out for the week. You know, these little things. They pay attention to their diet. They worry about vitamins and minerals, and they try to eat more vegetables. You know, they exercise. They take care of themselves. They drink water. I know these things sound like small things, but they're not small things. They will set you apart from other people. It's the little things that set people apart from other people. And so you have a choice. Which one of those people do you want to be? And, you know, you're not always going to excel. You're not always going to excel. If it's 9:30 at night and you're tired and you've given all that you have, now it's time not to excel. That's where you can be minimal, you know. And I have minimal moments during my days, so do you. But when they're happening, do you catch them and try to reverse them or change them? When I start complaining, all that really does is tear myself. It only hurts me, and it also hurts the people around me when I start getting negative. So I've got to notice that that's happening and put a stop to it, turn it around, make some sense out of the situation, and then try to get positive again. You know, think about when you're doing your math problems. You know, you might get halfway through a math problem and go, I can't do this. This is stupid. You know, whoever even needs math. Math is worthless. I'm not going to work on a rocket. Well, that's just you making an excuse for not trying harder or thinking smarter and working through the problem. Math has been put in your life for a reason, whether you know that or not. You might not build a rocket, but you're going to encounter problems. And for you to sit there and look at a math problem on a paper and say, I'm not dealing with that problem, you're setting yourself up for failure one day when you have a real problem. Maybe it's not a math problem, but it's a life problem, and you quit on that math problem. Now you've got a real problem on your hands, and all you've ever learned and taught yourself is, I'm going to quit when things get hard. And see, that's where the failure is in people. It's with their attitude, and when they decide that they don't want to work through something that they need to work through, but because they didn't train themselves and they decided to take the easy way out, now they're stuck. And then what do? I don't know. Hopefully we get it right so that you don't have that problem. So think about what kind of a leader you want to be. Which group do you want to belong to? That's up to you.